So the new Mega Gengar is here, and I think it's really, really cool. Mega Gengar is one of my favorite Mega Pokemon, and this card is low-key a little busted, where what it does is that you have the Shadowy Concealment ability, where if one of your Dark Pokemon is knocked out by the damage from an attack of your opponent's Pokemon EX, then that player takes one fewer prize card. This is super important because most of the entire game right now is all EX attackers, and so you're able to sit a Mega Gengar on the bench, which is real beefy at 350, and just kind of create very interesting board states. The way that we're going to do that is by playing around Ancient Box, and we're going to be playing it with Roaring Moon, and that way when they're taking knockouts on our baby Roaring Moon, then they're really not getting anything because we're giving up 0 prize cards. And then if they make megas or something beefier, then we can just go Frenzied Gouging on them and knock them out with the Roaring Moon EX, playing around that kind of ancient engine. We are playing a 3-1-2 line of the Mega Gengar. This is pretty nice, where we're going to be able to get into it pretty consistently, and we get to play this really fun Art of Haunter. And then we are playing the Psyduck in order to protect ourselves, because one of the biggest issue with Roaring Moon in the past is that you Frenzied Gouging and then they just go Dusclops and pop you, which feels really bad. But now that Psyduck is around, we're kind of a little bit protected from that. We do have Fez in order to help draw us some cards. We have Pech, so that way we can't really get retreat locked. And then Gengar also does function as an okay attacker with the Void Gale, where it attacks for 2 energy and then does 230 damage, and then we get to move one of our energy to our bench Pokemon. So it's just another way to also power up our Roaring Moon. We do play 1 Rare Candy in order to get into our Gengar a little bit easier. We're playing 3 copies of Energy Switch. This is pretty nice in order to just move energies around, get our Roaring Moon powered up as well as our Roaring Moon EX, or make late game Pecharunt plays as well. We are playing Janine's Secret Art in order to help power up our cards, and we're playing 4 copies of Vitality. We are only playing 2 copies of Explorer's Guidance because we're not playing a full Ancient Box package, so we don't want to invest too heavily into it, and it's not the best card we could ask for, but it is pretty decent. We are playing 1 copy of Research, and it's okay with 1 copy of Iono. You could cut 1 for the other and just make it a 2 Iono or 2 Research. I think 1 and 1 is fine. We are playing 3 copies of the Ancient Booster Energy Capsule in order to make ourselves a little bit more tanky, as well as 1 copy of Binding Mochi. You could cut 1 Energy Capsule, so that way you have 2 and 2, but I think this is kind of fine. Most of the time your damage is fine without the Mochi, but it is nice when it matters. And we're playing 2 copies of Boss, just to always be able to pick our targets and make it so our opponent can't really play Megas either. If that's kind of the game state we want to get into. We are playing 1 copy of Super Rod in order to get some of our energies back into the play if we need them, as well as recycling our Fez, as well as recycling the Psyduck, or whatever the case may be. But with that said, it's a pretty straightforward list. It's very, very strong, and probably, in my opinion, the best way to play Gengar, but it's so new that we kind of have to figure that out. There's a lot of time to go and figure these things out, so we're going to be playing Mega Gengar today. As always, though, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I want to give a special shout out to the channel members. Thank you guys so much for that additional level of support. It really does go a long way. It means a lot, so thank you guys so much for that. As for everybody else, don't forget, if you want to become a channel member, there's a link to it down in the description, or you can hit the join button, both of which are greatly appreciated. It'll give you access to emotes and our stream VODs, as well as, yeah, pretty much like the ability to like watch the stream VODs and stuff like that. Also, for everybody else, don't forget to check us out on when we stream on Fridays. It's been a fun time, and I'm looking to start multi-streaming probably sometime at the end of the week, if not next week. And yeah, that's just about it for the video, or like the little breakdown thing. I will see you guys all in game number 1 in a second. Peace. Alright, we're into game number 1. Our opponent's going to be going first. We open Baby Moon and a Gastly. Honestly, not terrible. Since we have... Alright, it's not terrible as long as our Squawk isn't prized. Because if we can just Nest Ball for Squawk, that'll be pretty sweet, especially if we can get a Vitality. Considering how many energy we're about to be throwing away. There's the Latias, so we can actually one-shot this too because of weakness. Potentially. We see an attachment. Wow, very rough. Alright, let's see if our Squawk is prized. I'm not worried about getting that. We're going to just dump a bunch of energy. So I don't really want to draw it. I can always super out it back in later, but right now I'm just trying to get it out of my deck. Our Squawk is not prized. Let's grab a Vitality. Let's go right here. Unfortunate, but on the upside, we did get a Secret Arts. Which means we're going to get a similar outcome. There we go. And we get the KO. So, maybe not the exact way that we wanted that to go, but worked out nonetheless. So, I guess we'll take it. Kind of a dumb game one, but pretty funny. So, we'll jump into game two in a sec, and I'll see you guys there. Peace. Alright, we're in our game. We got Gastly, and at least we have research to get us out of this. We see, ooh, Fighting Energies and a Jet Energy. I'm definitely curious to see what we're up against. Could just be Ceruledge maybe, and we just didn't see Dark Energies come down. Or not Dark, Fire Energies. Alright. This is okay, actually. It's not optimal, but it is okay. Carmine comes out. We do see them get rid of the Briar. That actually does matter in this matchup, as well as one Ceruledge to make it a little bit more inconvenient for them. There's a world where we get into Baby Moon and swing into this potentially, but we'd have to draw Nest Ball here, I think, and then get a really, really powerful Squawk off. Which I don't really see happening, which is totally fine. So we're probably going to just sack the Gastly here, look to get ourselves a little bit more set up. We're going to go research, get rid of everything, and then when we Artazon, we're going to be looking for Baby Moon, probably. Or honestly, we may just go EX and look like it would be best case scenario for us would actually turn into, all right, Jamming Tower doesn't really matter. The Night Stretcher for Ceruledge. Sucks so hard to draw a second Vitality there. I think we go... Honestly, I think we go second Gastly here. We're going to look for pretty much exclusively a Gengar. Roaring Moon kind of setup. Not a great research, not gonna lie. We could Squawkle this away, and honestly, I'm fine doing that because we're really just trying to dig here. And none of this is really that relevant to us. Okay, this is better. Sucks we don't get more energy to work with, but this will have to do. We'll grab that, and we'll just grab a second Roaring Moon. And then we'll pass. We only have one energy in the discard, which is kind of nuts, to be honest, for how much we dug. And we didn't find another Vitality. But it does mean that if our Gastly gets knocked out here, which, you know, it should, we'll bring the Roaring Moon EX in, place Fez down, search. Ideally, we get Vitality. We need an Energy, Vitality, and preferably Rare Candy. Or like Vitality double Energy or something. Because if we can take the KO with Roaring Moon and get our Gengar set up, we'll be in an incredible spot. Okay. We get Earthen Vessel. We're going to go Artazon. grab a Baby Moon, because that'll be relevant later. Gonna play this down. We'll flip the script. We get an Energy Vitality. Pretty good. So now we have 2 energy in discard pile, which means we can go 1-1. We get our Rare Candy into our Gengar. We can go Energy Switch, attach, energy from hand. Frenzied Gouging for knockout. Take 2, only giving up 1 on the return. Perfect. We get an energy and an energy switch, which means with the Secret Arts in hand, we can power up a new Roaring Moon on the following turn. And again, we're only giving up 1, so we're going to be at 4 prize cards apiece with our ability to keep fezzing. And then we can look for a Fez play onto a boss and go Baby Roaring Moon onto the Squawkabilly to close game. Is going to be pretty much our route. Now, obviously, they could go for a boss play onto the Mega Gengar EX. But even if they do that, Mega Gengar EX applies to itself, so it's only giving up 2 prize cards. So we're kind of at an even trade back and forth because we bring this in, swing on it, and then if they take the 2, they'll be at odd prizes. So it won't really, like, they'll still need 2 knockouts regardless. Yeah. So they just take that. We give up 1. They go to 4. We bring in the Roaring Moon EX. Now, what I want to do here is I want to go Artazon. Not to actually grab something, but just to double check to make sure that I do have Fighting or Dark Energy in the deck, which I do. I can actually get rid of this and this just to grab the Baby Moon. I don't really need it as much, but what I want to do is just go for this and this. Attach and attach. We'll go Energy Switch, energy down. Now we go flip the script. The reason why we didn't want to flip the script earlier was because of the fact that we needed to make sure that if we flip the script, we didn't draw into the dark energies and turn off our Janine Secret Arts. So now we can go Frenzied Gouging. Cool. Grabbing 2 prizes, which is an energy and our Earthen Vessel. Legacy energy is fine with us. Vessel Flames comes out. They take 1 prize. We bring in our Roaring Moon baby. And then what we'll do really quickly is we'll go flip the script. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of this. Get rid of this and the counter catcher. What I want to do is go Vitality Super Rod. Super Rod back. This. Nest Ball for this. Then what I can do is go Vitality, attach here and here, with the goal of finding our Pecharunt, which we do manage to achieve. Now we Pecharunt, bring the Roaring Moon back into the active, Energy Switch, attach, and place here. And we go Frenzy Gouging one more time, knocking out the Ceruledge. And then, because it's an effective in attack, we can actually take the 2 prize cards and get around the Legacy Energy, because Legacy Energy only works when we damage them and we KO them with an effect. So we can ignore Ceruledge and take the game, making it pretty easy. So we'll jump in and do one more game in a moment, and I'll see you guys there. Peace. Alright, we're in the game. Our opponent's going to be going first. We open the Roaring Moon EX. We will have an energy for it. We are going to have to get rid of our Rare Candy. That kind of sucks. We see Mew and a Pidgey on the other side. Seeing the Mew's kind of nice. Artazon comes down. That does help us. Artazon is going to let us grab a Baby Moon as well. If we top deck Vitality, we might go Ultra Ball for Pech. Might. Nope. Alright. So we go Artazon. Grab ourselves that. Go Ultra Ball. Get rid of these. Grab ourselves the Squawk. And then we go Squawkabilly. Pretty good actually. Get rid of this, and this. Use that to find Vitality. Energy Switch. We can hit an energy off the Vitality. Damn. Unlucky. I was gonna say we could just start getting KOs with this now. How many? 1, 2, 3. Actually. Yeah, we're gonna just go Subjugating Chains, bring this in. Energy Switch. Swing on the Mew. Grab 2 prizes. So, maybe not exactly the way we wanted that to go, but honestly, still totally fine. We can go... We'll go Roaring Moon EX down, Vitality on the next turn if this gets KO'd. If not, we just swing with it. It looks like we'll be in a pretty good spot. They go Counter Catcher, that doesn't matter because we have Patch. Ultra Ball for Fez, maybe? I wonder what the other card is, because they did get rid of Max Belt, so I wonder what the other card in hand is that they want to keep. They decided to go Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto does give them the option for free retreat. Is the other card in hand just Pidgeot EX, and that's what they're... Like, they go Artazon for a Charmander here? I think it is. Alright, we just... That's going to be my call. My call is that this is We're gonna play the turnout the way we should, just in case we're wrong, but my call is that this was Pidgeot EX in hand. That's why they were willing to commit to that. There's another boss. And we'll kinda, I think that'll just be game. Unless they top decked into like Researcher or something. Yep. Alright. That one was pretty easy. Obviously we get a huge advantage, but not much can really be done on that. I think we just had to make the call out there where, like, had they gotten Pidgeot, that could have got them Research or like a Lily's, got them back into the game, and so we had to make sure that we were targeting that down. And I think that just the way they played it kind of tells us it was going to be Pidgeot. But yeah, alright, that'll be the game, and we'll jump into the next one, and I'll see you guys there in a sec. Alright, we're in the game. Our opponent's going to be going first. We get a Baby and a Roaring. We'll place the Baby Moon down. Our opponent's mulliganing. We see Petrol. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe Lucario? Lucario would be ideal. We do get a Nest Ball. Monkey Dory could still be Lucario. Honestly, what I think we do... Iron Bundle? Dark Energy? I'm not understanding what this is. Alright. We place this down. I think we go Secret Arts here. Attach in both places. Go here. Then what we do is we attach Earthen Vessel, grab 2, Nest Ball for Squawk, and we Squawk for a new hand. What a hand it is. Alright. We Vengeance. Grab a prize card. Sweet. One we love so much. I guess I shouldn't have gotten rid of Pech and see, like, knowing that they're just gonna go Iron Bundle. But they also have to be able to retreat the Iron Bundle for it to work, so I'm not really that worried about it. They go Iono, honestly, thanks, friend. That's totally cool with me. And this still sucks, but whatever. Artazon, so they can get themselves like a Riolu or something. Oh, it's Cynthia's Garchomp. I mean, that's also fine with me. Gives themselves another Gibble. They choose not to retreat. I don't really agree with that, if I'm honest. Vitality. And that's a Nest Ball. I'm just go Nest Ball for another Roaring Moon EX. And then just Vitality to this and this. Get another Energy. Power that up. And then just Vengeance again. Taking the knockout. Grabbing one prize card. Where we get an Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball is pretty nice because we have Rare Candy, so we can make ourselves the Gengar. We can discard the Ancient Booster Capsule and the Roaring Moon EX. Arvin comes out. I assume they're just going to go like Power Weight. And Fighting Gong. Grab themselves an Energy. Look to set up Garchomp. Power weight. What is the Night Stretcher gonna do? Let's say I want an Artazon for Monkey here. And then Night Stretcher for the Dark Energy. They get double Champ Call. The problem is that, like, I don't think there's a way for them to win this game. Because I already have one Roaring Moon on board already powered with another one on the way. So, like, even if they go power weight onto this Gabite here, technically I could just retreat this, bring in the Roaring Moon, go Calamity Storm, and knock it out. Okay, they're choosing to just sack it anyway, so then I'm going to be on 3 prize cards. Is there any... Yeah, I don't really need these. Grab ourselves the Gengar EX. Rare Candy for that. And we'll just swing. Taking the KO, going to 3. And this one's going to be over pretty quickly. Because now they make Gengar, or they make Garchomp rather. Which is fine. Unless they have an energy for Draconic Buster, they can't even KO my Roaring Moon anyway. And the 400 HP does not matter, because Roaring Moon's just going to ignore you. We know they already have Night Stretcher in hand, so I'm curious what they choose to get. Counter Catcher Power Weight. Are they gonna go Counter Catcher to my Roaring Moon? Go Draconic Buster for knockout? Nope. They keep grabbing cards with Arven and then doing nothing with them. And it's very confusing. We'll grab this for the Fez. Flip the script. Cool. Not really finding anything I actually want, which is mildly annoying. Alright. Place this down. Go Frenzied Gouging. Take the knockout. Which, like, again, they grabbed Counter Catcher. I don't know why they didn't just use it. Not that it would have made that much of a difference, but had they KO'd this with the Draconic Buster instead, they would at least taken 2 prizes, put themselves in some sort of position. Like, they needed Gibble down, but... Alright, well, that's gonna be it. A little bit unfortunate that our opponent... I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they bricked or just kind of played it poorly. There's a couple weird decisions, but Garchomp just kind of does that sometimes, unfortunately. But yeah, that's going to be it for the game, guys. I will see you guys all in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to be doing, if you don't already know, I'll be doing a video every day this week, just featuring different like ghosts and spooky decks and stuff like that for Halloween. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure to remember to subscribe so you'll get all of those, and then we'll be streaming on Friday as well. So without further ado, I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.